Welcome to Driveway Garage. Today I'm working on a 2002 Suzuki Grand Vitara. And I guess I should look at the camera. I always forget that. I always look at myself. Anyway, let me flip this around. As I mentioned this in the other videos, I'm doing some general maintenance to it for a couple that are going to give it to their daughter, and she's going to take it to California. So I made videos on changing the front and rear differential, checking the brakes, the air filter, cabin air filter, and now I'm gonna check the spark plugs, and I'm guessing they're original, so I'll probably replace them. And then the last video will probably be on changing the oil, because according to the sticker it's been 3 years. Now for the spark plugs, it's a 6-cylinder, 3 on each side. They're underneath this cover. Let me back this out just a little bit. There's a Phillips screw there and a Phillips screw on that end that you have to take out to take the cover off, and then you take the coils off and the spark plugs are under the coils. Same thing on this side. 2 Phillips screws to take off the cover. So I'm just going to pause it, take off the cover, and I'll just do it in steps, hopefully. Seems like nothing wants to go as planned. So I tried this big Phillips screwdriver. That wouldn't budge them. So I thought, well, maybe my impact will do it. See the metal fragments on there? That's not good. So I started to strip it out. So I'm going to get my impact screwdriver and a hammer and see if I can break them free with that. So hang on. Well, I got them loose. I had to use my impact screwdriver, and you put it on the left setting because you're turning it counterclockwise. And I got in there and I hit it with my hammer and it broke it loose. Let's try the driver's side now. Well, I got the screws out, and they do come all the way out, so try not to drop them. They might go someplace not so easy to get out. There's the driver's side cover. And then, if I remember right from the video I watched, that's an 8mm socket you're going to need to take those off. And then, of course, underneath there is your spark plug. So let's get an 8mm out and take the first one out, and we'll check it and see what it looks like. I was trying to find some place to mount my camera, but the way it clamps on, the holder I use is this thing, and that's the base of it, and sometimes it just doesn't want to clamp onto stuff, so I'll just do it in stages. Whenever possible, I use my Hitachi impact wrench. It's great for putting nuts and bolts in and out fast, and I've even used it on spark plugs. Once you get them started, you can shoot them down a lot faster, even taking them out. But it's not for everybody, I guess, but it does save time. In this case, I've got an 8mm socket, 1/4-inch drive. I'll pop that in there and take out those 3 bolts and see what the spark plugs look like. I'm going to attempt this with one hand. I don't know if it's possible, but this is the spark plug coil. Yep, it came out not too bad. Fortunately, they're flexible, so you can pull that out of the way. And they do recommend blowing these off, but these aren't too bad. They got a pretty big cover on them, so there's not a bunch of dirt in there. And I'll get my spark plug socket. Oh, look at that. Sitting right there. Wow, that's a long ways down in there. I may just hook the drill up to that and pop it out of there. So give me a sec. Well, I got the first spark plug out, and it's really white on the top, so I don't know if that means it's burning lean or what, but it definitely needs a new spark plug. And I'm guessing these are probably original, so I'll take them all out, at least on this. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take them all out. Pretty much the same procedure. You take out the coil, and then you take out the spark plug, and then I'll be about ready to go down to O'Reilly's and get my supplies. I just noticed that the screw that holds the second coil on also holds the first coil in place. It's got a little bracket on it right there. So when you take the second screw out, this is going to fall down out of the way, but that's okay. At least you can't get them confused because the wire lengths are different. And I've got the second screw out. Now I'm going to do the third one. And the third screw, the wire's in the way, but you can move it to the side enough. And you can see right here, there's another bracket. So make sure you put your brackets back on when you put your screws on. So this one goes to the third one. This one goes to the second one. The first one doesn't have one. Anyway, it's something probably easy to forget. Knowing me, I will forget it. So I'm getting ready to do the middle spark plug. I put I think it's a 6-inch extension, and then a wobble thing, and then a 3-inch extension, and then my spark plug wrench. That way I can get past this support bar. If I can do this with one hand, that slips right down in there, goes on top of the spark plug, and then reverse her out. Oops, became disconnected, but now there's the spark plug. And let's see how that one looks. Oh man, it's white too. Maybe it's just carbon from, what is it, 9 years of use. Anyway, I like to use extensions and this ratchet whenever I can. It just makes things faster. Well, there's the first 3 spark plugs. They're pretty fouled up. I'm guessing this thing will run better, probably get better gas mileage, get some new spark plugs in it. I tell you what, of all the spark plugs I've replaced, these are some of the easiest. They're up high on the engine, easy to get to. I did some on a 99 Mercedes ML320 a month ago, and they're all down in here where it's really hard to get to. It's a 6-cylinder with 12 spark plugs. I bet it took me 2 hours to get all the spark plugs out and back in, because some of them were just a booger. And then I was filming, I dropped my camera, I had it up on the side, and it went down in here someplace on that vehicle beside a heat shield. I could not see it. Finally had to take the tire off and get a flashlight, and I could just barely see it, and it was a pain in the butt trying to get that phone out of there. So I try to be careful not to drop my phone down the side of an engine. Fortunately, it didn't go all the way and hit the concrete and break it, but anyway, if you have to do spark plugs on these, they're pretty easy compared to a lot of vehicles. I've done them on Buicks where the engine's sideways and the back 3 are way back there. One of them I had to loosen up the engine mount on the front, and then I had to get a tie strap and a tie strap, put it on the back of the motor, winch it forward so I could get enough room to get my arms back there. This is a really pain in the butt. So this is smooth sailing. I just noticed if you take the bolt out of the first and second coil, then the first coil comes right out a lot easier. Now the second one, you have to take it out to get to that screw over here. And then once you do that, it just popped right out. This middle spark plug wouldn't come out with my impact drill, so I had to get another extension so I could get up above this, and I used my ratchet, give it a good whack with my hand, and it popped it loose. And then I took it out with the drill. They all look pretty rough. I'm sure they're original. Let's see if I can get you some better light, if they'll focus. They're really crusty. They have a lot of junk on them. So I'll get new spark plugs, put those in. I don't think it's going to be anything special, just kind of a reversal of what I did to get them out. So I guess you guys are on your own there. Put it all back together and hope she runs. And I'm going to get my Front and rear differential fluid. Oh yeah, while I have it up here and it's level, I'm gonna change the oil too, because I know it's got to be bad. I guess I'll make a separate video on changing the oil. Hey, take care, guys. I hope this helps somebody out. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.